Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Donna, and for those of you not new, thank you so much for continuing to come back and support my channel. I appreciate every single one of you so very much. Today I am doing a tag video, and it is actually a tag video that was done by one of my very good friends here on YouTube. Her name is Candace. Her channel name is Shining Star Soup, and she's a really good friend of mine, but also a really new friend of mine. So initially I met her because she had found my channel and was responding on some of my videos, and I was responding back to her. And I will typically check out people who are coming to my channel, who are new to my channel, who when I pop up your little picture, I can see that you also have a channel. I will typically do that, but with my work schedule the way it's been the last couple months, it took me quite some time to get back to her channel. But when I did get back to her channel, I was really enthused with her. She is from Canada and she lives in Alberta, I believe it is, and she does a lot of unboxings. She talks a lot about the companies that she is doing unboxings with. She's very vulnerable and very just transparent and everything that she talks about, which I appreciate so very much. She also has quite an extensive variance of all kinds of things on her channel, which I found was quite interesting. She has story times that she does. She has unboxings that she does. She even has this playlist that's like music parodies put together for, I don't know, it's just really, it's an odd thing to explain, but you guys just have to go check her out. She is amazing. Right now she is going through a new journey in her life, and I think a lot of us can really relate to it, and I really think that it is a good journey for a lot of people to come to terms with. And basically she got herself in a hole, right? We do that when we start these YouTube channels. We really think that we need to have all the things and buy all the things and spend all the money, and she got herself into this hole. And she's just so, I mean, as with every other video, transparent and vulnerable through this whole process. She's talking about it to us, her friends, and I just think that she is amazing. She's an amazing person. Her laugh, her giggle makes me laugh and giggle. I have laughed out loud at several of her videos. I just adore her. I think that she is amazing. She tagged me in this video, which I thought was a great content idea. It is a tag video, and it is called, hold on, let me pull it up. I did take a screenshot, so let me just see. Oh my god, I didn't take a screenshot of what the video was actually called. She has a ton of tags, or a ton of playlists. Almost every single one of her videos is in a playlist, so you wouldn't have to go back through and check for all the red lines. Honestly, I geeked out on her videos. So she does crazy cool things with her hair like I do too, so I love that. Unboxings, tips from a former registry agent in Alberta, her journey, that is the playlist that you want to geek out on. That is an awesome little playlist. Story times, amazing playlist. I don't know how many times I laughed at this playlist, laughed out loud. Okay, it's called If I Owned a Makeup Brand tag, and she was initially tagged by Debbie Knobloch, which I think is another friend of hers, obviously, on YouTube, but it was created by Vicky Vlogs, and I will go ahead and put Vicky Vlogs' information down in my description box down there, as well as Candace's information for her channel, Shining Star Soup. And I have some questions here, so I'm gonna just fly by the seat of my pants with this. I feel like sometimes tags are better when you don't have it all scripted out and you don't know really what you're doing or what you're going to talk about. So that's what we're doing here. And the first question is, what would your pricing be like? Would it be luxury, mid, high, or mid-end, or drugstore? I would like to say that my makeup brand would be drugstore, because then it would be available to everybody. But being the person that I am, and I don't really dabble a whole lot in drugstore makeup, and that's not because I'm bougie, even though maybe I am just a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. My friend Sherry and we've had this conversation. Medium bougie, I'm medium bougie. I just don't dabble that much in drugstore makeup. I would want to think that my makeup brand would live on the prestige side of Ulta. So I would say mid to high end, not necessarily like Pat McGrath. I don't think that that would be, maybe like a Laura Geller price tag, which I think is lower mid-range makeup. Maybe even a Pixie, which would be kind of high drugstore range, somewhere in there. That's where I'd like to land. What would the theme or aesthetic be? So would it be edgy, food themed, girly, etc.? I would say probably a little more edgy than anything else. I can get girly with the best of them. I hate the food themed stuff, so it's definitely not going to be food themed. I wouldn't necessarily say grungy, because even though I can get a little bit grungy, I think I'm more edgy than I am grungy. Am I edgy? We're going to say edgy. I'd want it to be edgy. Edgy, borderline grunge. So I really like the vampy lips and the whatnot, but the pretty eyes. But I do like a lot of color, so I want to maybe go with like Norvina aesthetic, but not Norvina aesthetic because I don't think that much about myself, if that makes any sense. That's not saying I don't have confidence. That's just saying I don't have her confidence. I shouldn't have her confidence. I don't know that there's a person on the planet that should have her confidence, but I want to say it's edgy, like Norvina edgy, but not grungy. So the third question is, what would your color scheme and packaging be like? I would think that my packaging would be different, depending on what I am releasing. I wouldn't say glitter. I'm not a glittery kind of girl. It definitely wouldn't be pink because I'm not a pink kind of girl. I think it would range. It definitely wouldn't be like Too Faced where it's kind of like cutesy, like third grade cutesy, but it would be like geometric. That's where I see it, like geometrical. Maybe not the packaging being like shaped funny, but the design on the packaging having more of an abstract kind of appearance to it. I think that abstract is a little consuming because you sit and you look at it and you wonder what the artist is thinking when they, and I paint a lot more abstract than I paint anything else. You wonder what the artist is thinking when they're making this painting, and sometimes you can get it and sometimes it's just so far away from you. I think that that's kind of where my aesthetic would go, is very abstract in nature. So with that being said, edgy, but still very girly, if that makes sense, but definitely not pink and sparkly. The next question is, if you had to compare yourself to an existing brand, who would it be? I think Tribe would be a beauty brand I would consider like within my same realm. I think as far as price point, Laura Geller, but I would definitely be edgier. I think that brand is a safe brand. I think that, I don't know, Tribe would probably come the closest. Of the brands that I know, Tribe and Norvina. Norvina, if you could call her a brand because she's still functioning under ABH, would come the closest to who I would aspire to be like or want my brand connected with. How often would you release products? I think initially in the beginning, you release 1 or 2 products a year, and I think that that would actually suffice in the beginning. You're just trying to get your name out there. You really want people to love it. I think that one like around the spring and one like around holiday time frame would probably be all I could handle, honestly. In the end, I would say quarterly would be a good thought process. Like your holiday releases, you're going to have definitely more product in your holiday release. I would say there should be, a spring one that definitely creeps up there, a fall one that's like a back to school kind of thought process, definitely one for holiday and then one for winter, I would say. Maybe just like quarterly as the seasons go, but I think 4 releases a year is probably pretty good. I think that at that point, like, people aren't getting tired of you, and especially if it's not 4 releases that are giant collections, right? It's like one or 2 pieces here and then 1 or 2 pieces there, and then maybe holiday you have 5 pieces. like that kind of thought process. Nobody's going to get tired of you unless you've got really poor quality. But I think that that kind of solidifies for me brands that I'm really looking forward to seeing new releases is when they don't really launch very often. I would say to start probably 2 times in a year, and then as I start getting more comfortable in what I'm doing, maybe 4 times a year. The next question is, what would you want to be known for? Highlights, eyeshadows, brushes, etc. I think that because my makeup problem areas are eyeshadows and highlights, that's probably what I would want to be known for, is my amazing highlights and my amazing eyeshadows. I also have to say there's a whole lot of competition on the market for those things, so I'm not sure that I would ever be able to really get into that realm of, you know, top dog in those 2 sections of the makeup industry. But ooh, what did I just do? But at the same time, because those are my problem areas for myself, that's probably what I would love creating and want to create more of. So I would hope that that's what I would be known for. The next question is, what would your number 1 eyeshadow palette look like? Colors and textures. So I think that my number 1 eyeshadow palette, I think that my number 1 eyeshadow palette would definitely have like some duochromes in it, because I love duochromes. It would have like a brown and a black, a really good brown and a really good black, and then it would have variants of dark and light, pinks and purples and reds, because I love the mix of pinks, purples, and reds. Red is probably an orange. I think those are my favorite colors to play with on my eyes. I don't think that I'd ever do like a pop of this or a pop of that, because I don't believe in that in a palette. I think that palettes should have a really focused aesthetic to it or color story to it without needing to have that pop to draw more attention to it. So I would go with straight up color schemes, but I think every single one of my palettes would have a nice brown and a nice black in it, because I know how I feel about deepening up that outer corner with like a black or a dark brown. I cannot speak today. That is a problem. You don't always need a brown or a black, so with that being said, maybe not every single one of my palettes would feel that way, but like my number 1 selling palette, which is what the question is asking, would be like a combination of purples, pinks, reds, maybe a couple oranges in there, with a black and a brown, a really decent black and a really decent brown. The brow bone shade would be like a pale pink, because pale pink would go with any of those other colors for putting into the brow bone, and lots of duochrome. No glitter. I don't like glitter. I hate glitter in palettes. It would not be glittery. Be shimmers, duochromes, mattes. It would be a good combination, maybe 15 shades, and have a little like 5 of each, right? 5 duochromes, 5 shimmers, 5 mattes. I think that that would be perfect. Who's done that? Tell me who's done that, because I will find them and I will buy their palette. That way too, it's a mix of like warm and cool tones, so that you could pretty much do anything with this eye look, I think. And those are the colors that people are really drawn to, even though like reds and oranges are more warm tone and like purples are a little more cool tone. I think that they all go together really spectacularly. They're the shades I like to use. So the last question is your dream collab. Is it a celebrity or an influencer, and why? I think my dream collab would be an influencer, and the reason why is because 2.5 years ago, when I started my makeup journey, I wasn't looking at celebrities. I wasn't watching celebrity makeup artists. I wasn't watching celebrities makeup. I had went 40 years of my life without looking at makeup, and it is YouTube and the influencers, and that is what drew my attention to this hobby, what drew my attention to this journey, what drew my attention to this community. And I have so many friends in this community, so many people I would consider friends, even though maybe they don't consider me friends, or maybe they don't, you know me from Adam. There are so many people on this platform that I would love to work with, that I would love to know in person, that I would love to help. It would definitely be an influencer. So that is all of the tag. I will definitely put the questions down in the description box for you guys. And typically for my tags, I say, I am handing it out to the free world. If you want to do this tag, please do this tag. The reason why I do that is because I always feel so bad when I don't tag somebody accidentally that means something to my heart. Today, I'm actually going to be tagging quite a few people. I have quite a few that I want to tag because I loved this tag, and I thank you so much, Candace, for tagging me in this. As I said, I just kind of flew by the seat of my pants today, and I really kind of enjoyed my answers and could come up with them without really even thinking about it. So I think it's a great tag, and I thank Vicky's Vlogs for being the creator of the tag. So today I'm going to tag some friends of mine. I'm going to tag Miss Sherry Ward because I'm going to tag Miss Courtney KH. I am going to tag Miss Lisa I. I'm going to tag Miss Nona from my So-Called Life 1977. Diana Hoffman Larson, because she's like my oldest and dearest here on YouTube. I am going to tag Miss Perky Perkins. I am going to tag Miss Sheree Burr, right? Sherry. I am going to tag Brenda from Brenda's Beauty Blog. Tagging you. If I forgot you, oh my god, my heart. I am so sorry, you guys. But like, I'm being put on the spot. I don't have a list in front of me. Like I said, fly by the seat of my pants today in this tag video, and I really implore you to please do this tag. It was a lot of fun. I enjoy thinking about, I mean, now that I've thought about it, I've got all these ideas in my head of what my #1 palette would look like, what my highlighters would look like, what my packaging would look like. I haven't thought about making a makeup brand not once in 3 years, not once. And this was fun. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Candace, for tagging me in this. I loved it. I loved doing it. I hope that if you want to do this tag, you also do this tag. I will have all the questions down in my description box, as well as the list of the people that I did tag in this. But if you do this, please don't forget to tag Miss Vicky Vlogs, who is the creator of this. And I hope that you will also make sure I know that you've created this video, because I would love to come and support your channel and watch this. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed it enough to give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you also enjoyed it, or me, enough that you're considering subscribing to my channel before you go. It is free, it is amazing, and I would love to see you in the comments section. I hope that February is treating you quite well, and until next time, guys, bye.